Is everyone happy after some technical difficulties?
Speaking of technical difficulties, the controller's not working again.
Technical difficulties.
Speaking of technical difficulties, the controller's not working again. Howdy, folks. It's the deputy.
It is me as well. I am a person.
Yep, he is here as well.
I create things with my brain. Some of them are enjoying.
With
Enjoy
his
good.
brain.
We designed cars earlier today. Tell them about the Beeple Benzo.
Yes, we created the Beeple Benzo and the Dorf Jorp.
Oh yeah, we decided to make a knockoff of the Ford Motor Company. So instead of the Ford, it was the Dorf, and instead of the Jeep, it was the Jorp. And then we had the Jorpster instead of the Jeepster. And then after a certain point, I got mad, and I said, "These people do not deserve good vehicles at all, and thus I will build the biggest piece of shit." And I made it out of like fiberglass from a hot tub.
Yes.
Like, it was terrible. I made a terrible car made out of just like bathroom fixtures and fiberglass, and I just puttied it together. And people love the fucking thing. I had like a 30% margin. I was like, come buy this Rust-Oleum exhibit. And people were just kissing our ass.
Yep. No, so we got sidetracked talking about that, and that's why the intro rolled over. So that is where we are going to start. We have some Metal Gear Solid to do.
Imagine if it was Metal Gear Soft.
Metal Gear Soft?
Instead of solid. Like, just Metal Gear flimsy.
Well, it could be Metal Gear Shifty, right? Opposite of a solid dude is a shifty dude.
That's true. So Metal Gear Shifty, and he's like, "Ah, a runabout! I'll steal it. No one will ever know."
Metal Gear Flaccid.
Let's not get that far.
That's what Metal Gear Solid 6 is an unknown fourth clone, Flaccid Snake, takes over the
I
White House.
I hate this. Why is this part of the lore? Flaccid snake. Ugh. This sounds like if you went to an exhibit in the zoo and they were like, "Yes, we have flaccid snakes here," you'd be like, "I need to leave." You wouldn't, even if that is a technically accurate statement, you're like, "No, I'm done."
Yep, we're done here.
Good day, sir. Good day, I says.
I said good day, sir.
Also, we found out that running cars on sub 80 octane gas makes people very upset.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Eva, I'm flaccid.
Who knew that like 6-to-1 compression made engines really weak, Don't worry. I love how he's just sneaking around, just wearing that lab coat like he belongs in it. He's like, "I could have a PhD." And then like you hear his radio and they're like, "No, you couldn't. That's why you need us."
Yeah, that reminds me. That's what I was doing. I was depopulating this laboratory.
Well, you have to.
I have nothing more to say to you.
He better.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Out of the French.
Okay. Nobody was even awake.
Nobody was awake, but don't worry. Now they're all awake. And there's a scientist running around. Maybe it's the one with the headband. I'm just thinking,
Yeah.
Maybe it's the one with the headband. What would you say? Would you say that's probably accurate? It's that guy, the guy with the headband. Do you think he's the infiltrator?
I would be willing to bet. God, all my food went fucking spoiled, which is gonna really actually work for us, but don't worry about that.
Dude, you can eat all sorts of rotten things all the time. I mean, you'll be all right, surely.
Well,
You'll be all right.
traitors die. If you're not willing to live by the lab coat, then you shall die by the lab coat.
I agree.
So what would you do, Mr. Tex?
Oh, what would I do in what situation?
If you were serving out your conscription in the, KGB, right? You chose security services because you thought they got better uniforms and better food than normal infantry.
Of course, I was going for the, I'm trying to deltard for life. I'm trying to get in on the good. Yeah.
Yeah. And your sleepy laboratory that you have guarded for like 3 years suddenly gets invaded by an American with a headband, a rifle with infinite ammunition, who shrugs off 12 gauge rounds.
Yeah, I would, I would probably, I'd leave. I'd probably I'd just find a hole somewhere and I'd live in it. I'd be like, you know what? Too rich for my blood.
Okay, cool. I
I
wanted
know
to
my
make sure it
business.
wasn't just me.
Nah. Like, there's a line where you're like, the uniform's really nice and all, but, there's a point, right? Where
Yeah.
you're like, the uniform looks good, but not like in a casket good.
Okay, cool. Yeah. No, that's kind of my thoughts on it, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't just like, cowardly or something.
No, nope. This is, I'm with you on that.
Here's scoliosis.
Metal Gear Scoliosis. Excellent. Why?
Man, he's gonna be setting off a lot of metal detectors. Oh well.
So here's my question. What if you went around with that alligator suit on and just started biting people?
You know, I think that would be an acceptable use of our time.
Do you think that the Russians would be like, hey, I don't think that's an alligator?
I'm no expert. I saw one once at the zoo, but I don't think that's an alligator.
I don't think that's an alligator, guys. You're like, no, I've seen alligators before. That one's real.
Totally an alligator.
That is very much an alligator. Dun 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 dun.
It's a damn good song. I mean,
Yep, Flimp Flap, Space Station 13.
Yeah.
A lot of people tried to say it was a lot of other songs, and it wasn't. And so everyone was trying to claim it was this, claim it was that. But the real name of the song is Flip Flap. And yeah, it's a good piece of weird music. It's like from an earlier internet. It certainly feels odd.
artifact of a different age.
It is.
Smooth Brain Academy says, Depp, I don't care how many times you impound my car, I'm still not paying taxes. Well, sir, the parking violation I left on your windshield clearly states that it is a fine that has been assessed, not a tax.
So you are going around. Explain the background of this, please, because this is great.
Well, we've got a auxiliary BPL combo Zomboid server up, courtesy of falling stuff. And I decided to be a little bit cantankerous in said server, so I have been going around as the last policeman in Knox County, doing policey things. Like writing parking citations and, just generally being a nuisance of a kind that probably nobody appreciates.
It's pretty great because he's just going around doing police stuff in the Zomboid town. So while zombies are going around doing everything else, Def is out there writing tickets.
Yep. And not just tickets. 100% accurate tickets. I looked up the Kentucky statutes and the City of Louisville ordinances.
Yeah, he's been doing the exact correct, very real.
Now I had to guess on fines, but I based them on what I remember fines being for parking in the 90s. So that's a guess. But the courthouse address where you go to take care of your ticket, that is accurate.
So you're just going around as the last cop issuing tickets and doing cop stuff, policey things, just general policey things.
Just policing my little heart out.
All right.
How does Depp enforce said tickets? Well, under penalty of pain eventually, but that's for the courts to decide.
Yeah, just going around doing police things. Remember last time we had the BPL Zomboid server and we had that giant farm?
Yes.
That was just a fortress that had like 80 police cars in it.
Well, yeah, that was... I found the horse stables and turned them into a fortified frontier fort, essentially.
Yeah, it was great. We were building walls and everything. Problem is that game doesn't really support that sort of building, to be truth.
Yeah, no. Eventually,
No.
they mean to. It's the word.
The bird is the word. That we have a question of law enforcement.
Oh.
What is to you the weirdest traffic stop?
The weirdest traffic stop.
Not worst, not most horrific, not oh my god, but just, huh?
Just weird. Just
Yeah, just where you're like, wow. And it doesn't have to be your department. It can be something you'd heard of.
Hold on.
As you also engage in this giant gunfight with your unlimited, tumbling, smooth bore.
AR-15 variant?
Oh, God.
Will be. I shot the gun out of that man's hand.
That's a nice touch.
Won't be. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Yeah, use the rear sight as a ghost ring since there is no front sight.
That's the fashion, you know.
It is. It is indeed.
It's that CQB stuff coming in. Gotta remember it.
Leave me alone so I can blow up your supplies.
They won't do that, will they?
No. It's like they don't
They're
want
just
me
not friendly.
to.
No.
I already blow this one up. This looks kind of blown up, right?
Yeah, well, you know, there's blowed up and then there's double blowed up.
Yeah,
That's
good
how
for
you
the
know
goose,
you
good
got
for the
'em.
gander.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There we go. I like how he tiptoes over the body. He's like, ew.
Well, it scares him, and he needs to call his support network.
Yep. This is my spousal abuse submachine gun. It's for
Yeah.
emotional support.
It helps him out.
Boo, boo, boo. Okay, you'd asked a question.
Yeah, what was the weirdest traffic stop?
Weirdest traffic stop. Okay, so I was out in the county, just doing county cop things, you know. Mooing at cows over my PA and driving around. And I come across this vehicle that is weaving within, well, every lane available to it, to be frank. So I suspect that I may have a intoxicated individual, and I pull it over, expecting to have a fruitful conversation. Even if they weren't intoxicated, there's obviously something going on there, so let's address the issue, right?
Of course.
Well, I get there and go to speak to the individual at the window, and they are wearing nothing but short shorts.
Oh no.
They are a kind of unwashed looking long-haired male. They informed me that they knew they were having difficulty staying straight, but they were trying to figure out their new smartphone so they could record the UFO that was hovering above them and us currently. So I asked them to point it out, and they pointed at the moon.
So not a UFO.
Not a UFO.
But you did entertain that maybe they saw something you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, just maybe they have some gift. You've played enough tabletop
Yeah,
games. You want
they
that to be
might
true.
they might point something out that I didn't notice and be like, "Oh shit, yeah, no, that is a flying saucer above us. How did I
thank
not see
God.
that?" Right?
Yeah, thank God they pointed that out, you know.
But no, it was distinctly the moon. And yes, we absolutely have those no phone laws like the UK does. Because people die all the time doing a lot less labor-intensive tasks with their phone than trying to activate the camera on a phone that you don't like or haven't used. Because he was very elderly. So, I wound up just speaking to him about safe driving and phone usage, and told him next time to make sure that he stops the car before he goes to take his video. And I let him on his merry way. Don't pull that out. Leave it.
Dude, yeah. Don't ruin a cool scar with a lame story, right?
He's gonna have a ton of cool scars.
The guy screamed his name, The Fear. Now,
Yes.
I'm just saying that the first time I heard this when I was a younger man, there was this girl I knew who was super into this game.
Yeah.
Super fucking into this game. About my age. She thought it was the bestest, fucking most amazing game ever. Like storytelling, everything. Just absolutely, oh my god, the best story. Oh. And I was like, okay, I'll play this fucking game. And so I go to play the fucking game, and I get to this point where he screams, The Fear. I call her dying laughing, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't know it was this funny. And she never talked to me again.
No, but this game is hilarious. Whoop, 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 whoop. See, yeah, he should be making Zoidberg noises when he does that.
I'm just saying, you know.
Make Zoidberg noises if I could do that. If I could Zoidberg out of a situation like that, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, man. That's what you gotta do. I mean, why not? I mean, first of all, like, what's his ability? What's his thing? He's like, I'm super bendy.
Yes.
That's it. Like, I'm sorry, but like gymnasts are cool, but they're not military commandos. I mean, they're like, I'm super bendy, and I'm like, okay, can you carry 160 pounds of shit for 40 miles? I'm just saying. Look at him up there. You should get him to eat some stuff that makes him sick.
Oh, we're gonna get there eventually.
I mean, he's gonna pop around like a very discount predator, right? He's just like the predator, but worse.
Yeah. There we go. Dude, I'm laying down. You couldn't hit me?
Yeah. Crispy Crut says, when did Smeagol join the Spetsnaz? And then, yeah, this game is a ringing endorsement for Section 8 discharges. It's just one of those things where it's like,
yeah.
they're like, yeah, we need to get. They're like, I'm a very effective warrior, and it's like, nah, no, you're not.
Discount predator. No, you're sitting there and you're working the admin desk. Your job's not glorious, but you do good work for the army. And this ancient man wanders in. And he's like, I'm the best sniper that ever served in the Tsar's army. And you're like, what? And you check his paperwork and no, that is correct. And you're like, dude, you shouldn't. You should have hit your 25 years ago. What are you still doing?
He's like, I'm with that guy, and he points to this guy who just keeps screaming the fear.
Yeah, and running around, like flying around like a fucking monkey. Uh-huh. I can't hear you screaming over the sound of this gun.
Oh man.
But really,
it's like you're just gonna have to shoot.
Nah, I'm only doing that to prevent him from shooting me for a hot second. So my
prevent him from using violence. Well, yeah. You gotta. Well, it's like Colonial Marines where you have to eat like 3 or 4 candy bars,
and then you gotta wait.
Yeah, you gotta stand in the corner and see if that will counteract the 12 sprays of acid you've had in your face.
Yeah.
Answer, no.
Wonder, I'll keep that one because I wonder if it still recharges my mushrooms when it's rotten. Yeah, that's nice, Mr. Crazy.
He's not crazy.
He's crazy as a fucking bat, man.
No, he's not. He's just very motivated. As you know, if you scream something at random, a random emotion like anger, that's normal. That's normal.
Treating the arrow wound.
Yeah, it's.
I guess he didn't coat this one in the Brazilian wandering whatever.
Well, look, just leave it. Don't worry about it. It's not important. I mean, what's he gonna do? Just shoot you with a bunch of arrows?
Yes.
Has he heard of guns? I mean, okay, they've got Grandpa. They've got Angry Man.
Yes, the fear.
The fear.
The fear. I'm gonna kick his ass. Come over here. Smell me. Maybe I'm a raccoon. You don't know. Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? Snake is dead. Snake is dead. Like D-E-B-T. Dead. Snake is dead.
You're a dick and I'ma come get you. Oh.
Uh-oh.
How dare he have claymores? My own trick used against me. I really do need to cheat here. Fix it. I suppose I should probably have them on. Oops.
Don't you worry about mines. I mean, the guy says fear. He doesn't say IEDs, you know?
Fair point. Okay.
I mean, he's just going like, fear. And you're like, uh-huh. And what's he gonna do? So, I mean, what is...
like a grenade.
It sounded like a grenade, but things that sound like grenades aren't necessarily grenades.
Very true.
Joseph J. Beeple said that. Joseph J. Beeples was a smart man. And see, again, hides in the dark. Advantage over advantage. Screams fear. Please stop doing that, sir. Like, imagine... Okay, this guy was in World War II, right? So, imagine him... Allegedly. Do you think he just showed up? Because a lot of people just showed up in World War II. You know, like his extras. But, yeah, he's just like the fear. He screams his name.
Yeah. Like a lot. Like,
So do you think that...
More than any sane person probably should.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to knock the way he does his job here. You know? I'm not. But you can, please do.
I mean, number one, fuck this guy. But number two, I'm tired of listening to him already.
I'm as well. I remember the first time I played the game, I just 12 gauged him, and I was like, how is this a character? And people were saying, how dare you this man is this incredible character, and that this is this thing, and I go, eh.
Aren't you getting hungry?
Are you just gonna feed him? You shouldn't feed him.
Oh,
Feeding
I'm
wildlife is
feeding
just
him.
not nice. Feeding wildlife isn't nice, Deb.
Hey, yep, there we go. The death spiral has begun. I don't have to fire a single round anymore.
He's just gonna have diarrhea.
Yes. I'm going to diarrhea this man to death. It is a common cause of death in the third world still, but not the point right now. There we go. Yeah.
Fear! Just yell that back as he's shitting his brains out. Fear! Every time you poop, I'll be there. Fear! Like, what skills did he learn in World War II? Do you think he just ate things he found on the ground?
Well, I... This stuff is rotten here. I'm going to throw the food literally at him now. Just to taunt him. Fuck you,
would.
asshole.
Snake uses food. Shames enemy.
Yeah.
He doesn't sound very good.
No! He's not moving real fast either. You should try that food. It looks really tasty.
I bet that hit the spot, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. Time to go back up the tree. Oh man, he's moving real slow. Are you okay, buddy? Can I get you a Tums?
Fear! Do you want me to make you something else to eat? Fear! He's gonna yell fear and explode, and it's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, well, think about it. Okay, I can make you some mac and cheese or something. It's easy on the stomach. Some broth.
Yeah, you want something easy there, buddy?
I got the low sodium broth. Yeah.
Fear! Every time he does it, he just pukes.
This is depressing. Holy shit.
Man, he's killing himself. Please don't. Just stop eating. You have the power.
Hey, buddy.
He's like,
Are you okay? You don't look okay. Oh.
fear. I feel really bad for him now.
Punching him as he crawls up the tree.
That poor guy, he's just trying to get away from you. He's like a bear that got into a bunch of candy. Like, he's not having a good time.
I think that was the best PSA against, like, roadside littering that I've ever seen.
Fear! Fear!
Yeah, Purple, in this game, you can, because of the jungle survival mechanic, either take their HP, or you can affect their stamina, and you affect each one of their staminas in different way, the bosses. Yeah, don't eat fish off the forest floor, no matter what Space Station 13 has taught you. Yeah, he exploded. He exploded because he had a tummy ache. I took too much, and now I am the fear.
It happens, man. It just happens. You gotta watch out that you don't become the fear.
The fear!
My name is Fear.
All right, let's see what new piercings I've got. That's a good one across the face. Yeah, we're gonna want to bandage that in place and styptic, and yeah, there we go. All right, there we go. It's gonna be hard to get magazines out of that pouch, and it's gonna be hard to form words with that arrow.
Don't worry about it.
But it'll be
It's
fine.
just, don't worry about it. I'm sure he'll find the words. They'll have to.
This guy
he'll
ate so
probably-
much he shit himself and exploded.
Eva, I fed this raccoon man trash and he died.
Dr. Floorfish.
I fed him things I found on the floor and he perished.
Ugh.
Special forces. So is this the beginning of Scrumbles?
Yeah, this is probably how scrambles happen.
Very special forces. Very incredibly special forces.
Like they felt sorry for him afterwards, and they they froze him.
I was gonna make a joke about a short plane.
Hi,
but-
Snake.
Oh God, this guy's having a bad day.
It's almost falling out of his face when he runs, but not quite.
Don't worry, it's just an arrow in the face.
We were talking about this not that long ago, but this game, if he had tried to be funny, I don't think would have been nearly as good. Because every attempt at humor that he makes falls flat. It's things like, every member of Otticon's family pisses themselves.
Well, there's that meme of that guy where it's when the fart hits third gear. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And there's that look of that lady's face where it goes from like disbelief to impressed to horror. Right?
Yes.
That's the bell. So you see
I
the
went
full
backwards.
bell curve. You see the full bell curve of where this is going, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So so Kojima's like that. In the middle is just enough weird to offset everything else.
Mm-hmm. Well, and there's gotta be sincerity for camp to work. When people
I
try
agree.
to be campy, it never comes across correctly. You have to have some weird, auteur of genius like like Kojima, or you look at The Room. There's got to be that bit of sincerity, I think.
I love. Well, that's the thing is The Room is hilarious because you're sitting there and you're watching it, and then you realize this is somebody genuinely trying to make a fucking movie as best they can, doing the best they can.
Yeah. And there's something really beautiful in that kind of earnest effort, even if it didn't come across the way that the artist originally intended. Or maybe I'm just
Well,
reading too far into it.
No, you're not wrong. It is a magical bit of nonsense. The Room.
The false
one of
mango.
those-
Communist substitute for the real mango.
Yeah, they had there were shortages. You get the false mango. It's made out of iron.
I don't think that the false mango is edible. I believe that's why it's called the false mango, is because it kills people.
When you throw it in their face,
That's
Snake's
just-
like, it's a good weapon. Imagine if Snake had not paid attention to the briefing at all during any of this, and so he's like, I'm fighting a Russian spaceman.
99 time. What's wrong? What's wrong, buddy? Yes, I was totally meaning to go for the radio. Taste is indistinguishable to the natural mango?
To the oh yeah, because we talked about taste indistinguishable from the natural strawberry.
Yes.
That was on the MRE where they were like contains tastes indistinguishable from the natural, and I was like, oh,
Man,
well, how would they know that?
it's like wearing a not a cop t-shirt. You're asking me a lot of questions that have already been answered by the shirt.
I don't think that's how that works. I don't think you can be like, sir, the shirt speaks for itself, sir, as you say with like aviators on, and they're like, are you a cop? You're like, that's rude.
No, whenever I have training, uh, I wear a not a cop t-shirt if I'm the bad guy or a civilian. But I do that like over my uniform.
So you just sit there with your police uniform on, and you have a shirt on over it that just says "not
I
a
have
cop."
I have a t-shirt over it that says "not a cop." Yes.
This is ridiculous.
And they are available on Amazon. You can get one yourself. They're pretty cheap.
It's good to know that "not a cop" is a good T-shirt.
It is. It is. I approve of that message.
How many of your brothers and sisters in law enforcement own similar vestments, so that those of us out there who are mouthy are well warned?
Several.
Damn. Is it the same number that wear 5'11" pants and have flannel?
Well.
Yeah, you don't like that picture because you're in it. See?
No,
I pointed out the whole thing.
I don't wear 5'11".
You're like, I have the same style but better quality pants, thank you.
Yeah, no, you're talking about the new cop starter pack. Thin blue line Punisher skull on the back of his brand new lifted 3500 truck. Talks about gray man, but he's wearing 5'11s, his work boots, like $200 fucking tactical sunglasses, and an unbuttoned, untucked button down. Yeah, no, that man is a cop. That's the coppiest cop that ever copped. He's not fooling anyone.
Well, maybe he isn't a cop. How do you know? He could be not a cop.
Well, so that is true, because that is also the uniform of Red Light Randy's and all of the Blue Light Bandit assholes that want to be perceived as cops because they feel that there's some kind of respect to it that they do not get otherwise, or because they want to kidnap and disappear people. But I'm sure those two are unrelated.
I was going to talk about one of the ideas I had for, because you know how there's all these ideas for police pistols nowadays where they say, oh, they want it to be draw snag free, they want it to be snag free, they want it to be rounded off and smooth and all that other stuff, and people went way too far with the melt and everything else.
I was about to bring that up.
Yeah, it looks like a gun that's bar soap and stuff. I know how they do it. I've seen how they do it, and I think it's heresy. It's just, and the only reason I think it's heresy is because that gun is a one-off. It can never be replicated. It can never be fixed except by the guy who fucking made it. It's just a weird thing, and a lot of the meltdowns you see on like 1911s are insane. Yeah. That being said, my dumbest idea is, what if you took one of those heavy shrouded 357s and you took it just short of the frame and made a pocket gun out of an in-frame 357 Magnum,
Okay,
and so you had about an inch and a half of barrel. You built the whole thing under frame, and you put a very heavy trigger guard on the front of it with knuckle dusters, and then, there's your cop gun. It doesn't have to be your Barkeep 30 carbine. This is worse.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is that concept, but a little saner.
Well, this is that concept, but I could do that on the bench behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say well, though.
Snake, are you there?
Eva, where are you?
Eva, it's the titty woman.
Rosnygrad. Dr.
Eva,
Zomboid is here too.
this girl has bajumbas.
He's fine. Right now.
A riot shield with please do not run away. Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah, no. I.e. Geth.
They've already
Duluth is where it's at. Their jeans are great. Their cargos are what I prefer to wear.
no more
I ordered blue ones so I could wear Duluth on duty because they're better than the shit we issue.
CIA is closing in.
Eva, you can't let Sokolov out of your sight.
I know. Snake, do you know where Groznygrad is?
I like Duluth.
Brannon told me that I should.
Was your dad a cop? No, my dad was an alcoholic wife beater.
Brannon told you?
Yeah.
And then you're like, but his dad was a cop.
No.
And I-
Snake, there's one
it just keeps going. It just keeps getting worse. You're
Yeah.
like, and then his dad was a wife beater, but his dad was a cop.
Man, it's like there's a pattern.
A key.
Anyways, I'm retiring from being a cop, and we're like, huh?
But don't worry, I'll figure something out.
Oh no. So you ever see a picture where they get like all the generations of the Power Rangers together and everybody's uniforms are slightly different? That's what it's like when you get more than two of us in a room. Our shirts fade different colors of tan. Our pants are mostly dark blue. Some of us have basket weave gear. Some of us have nylon gear. We have two different styles of badges in rotation. We have three different styles of ball cap in rotation. Some of us have the old bomber style jacket. Some of us have the new fleecy zip up with the embroidered badge. So with all of these various combinations, yeah. Yeah, pistol, it's no big deal. Yeah, Darn Tough is better for socks. They are bomb-proof socks. I wore them on the AT. So the pants that we issue are Class A dress pants because my agency believes that we should still look like we're patrolling Mayberry, and they would rather pay for a bunch of cops' backs in 20 years than give us a vest that carries the 30 pounds of equipment we're mandated to keep on our person. So we wear dress pants with a cargo pocket sewn on it rather than buying pants that are actually meant to like stretch with you and move with you. Yeah. And they've only just recently allowed a second style of pants, which is one of the 511 styles. And I don't like those. But the Duluth, the pockets look close enough to my issued pants that as a night shifter who never sees the administration, I am able to get away with it.
And before you get busted, you're like, hey, I know you. And you're like, oh, shit. And then you
Damn
have
it.
to beat him up
Yep.
at work, like in
And-
the parking lot.
That's where I Zoidberg out of the situation.
See, that's where that shit comes in handy.
Yeah. The gay leather days, we do not. We have no leather, actually. Even our leather is not real leather anymore. It's
The
all
only
plastic.
people who have real leather, Rhode Island State Police.
Yeah. Well, those guys can afford it. They get like $600 a year uniform allowance.
Oh, and certain enthusiasts and other things. But yeah, you know what I mean.
Well, to be fair, they usually have really, really nice, well-kept leather. Like,
Yeah,
don't
that's the
try and
thing.
eat off it, but other than that,
I mean,
yeah, that face arrow just kind of moves and jiggles with him as he walks. I mean, that can't feel good on the shoulder where it's rubbing in right there. So it's doing him a ton of good.
it's doing him he's having a bad time.
Yeah, he's. Well, I figured out why he forgot Russian in the 5th game, guys.
Oh yeah, because of the brain damage.
The Dane Bramage.
Well, just a little bit, not a lot.
Yeah, it happens.
I mean, I mean, the arrow hit his brain, and then it stopped working as much.
It's a Russian's Claire piercing gone wrong? Maybe. Yeah, who is that? Uh-oh. How dare their camouflage be effective enough that I can't just scan the forest and notice them?
I mean, why not?
I guess they gave up. You know, they'll send millions of them after me in the factory and in the lab. But out here, 2 guys go missing.
Well, I mean, it's the forest. I mean, who knows what's in the woods? No one's seen outside in a long time.
Well, yeah.
How would you know?
You don't. You don't know. You'll never know. And that is the secret.
I didn't think. That's what I thought. I mean, I didn't think you were ever allowed to know. I think that's against the rules.
The secret of Groznygrad is a man that haunts all your dreams.
What's wrong?
Yeah, what's wrong? Talk to me, buddy. Okay, how did that happen?
I'm in HQ.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Control here.
So here's the question. What were they going to do with this thing once they had it all, finished?
Oh, you mean this forest full of booby traps? I have no idea.
I mean, I was curious if they had a plan.
All I know is that this would be like hell to try and patrol.
What do you mean? It's a forest, jungle, mountain pass, desert, swamp.
Yeah. With hidden booby traps everywhere, and nobody, tells you where they are because you're a lowly private. And
Of course.
the guy who you're trying to guard against can just kick that news out of you if he so chooses to spare you for another 30 seconds.
The guy with the arrow sticking out of his brain.
Yeah, like he was
is going to
ruthless
come,
before, but now he's just reckless.
Well, because he can't feel pain anymore, so that changes things.
Yeah. Yeah, the Duluth in-person stores are nice. They allow you to try things on. Everything I want at the store.
Yeah. You can shit in like 3 or 4 pants before they ask you to stop. They just hose them out. They're really nice.
Mm-hmm. They fold them right back up.
Fold them right back up. They have a separate line for those. They call those the stink line pants. They're sold at a discount.
For obvious reasons.
Well, I mean, yeah. And they're not for everybody.
No. Takes a brave man to shit another man's pants.
But you can buy pre-shit pants if you're worried about that.
Maybe he married a Swede. The pre-shit ones, they're warm.
That's true.
Yes, this is a very interesting forest jungle desert in Russia. Just don't press too hard when you fold them. Flex or original fire hose? I'm a fan of the Flex now. My first couple pairs were the original, and it's certainly harder wearing. But the Flex just feel like pajamas, man. Like, I understand why women are all about the yoga pants after having worn those.
Yeah, I'm saying women know where the comfy shit is, except for where it comes to shoes, in which case they're insane.
Yeah. It's because they're all so fucking short.
There are no good women's shoes with heel support or ankle support. I'm sorry.
No, what's wrong?
I love that you just kind of lay down outside the position and then just slowly bump fire this awkward 5.56 at the building.
Yep. And they're
Just
completely
awkwardly.
baffled by this because I had the audacity to kneel before I opened fire.
First rank.
Well, that seems to have solved my Russian problem.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Mav
enemy's
is allowed to
position
do
is
whatever he
unknown.
wants. Don't worry. Mav said he was gonna usurp the Black Pants Legion and have a podcast for the Brown Pants Legion. I think that's fine.
Good for him. If anybody wants to do something creative, whether it's podcast or art or, you know, starting a channel, fucking do
You gotta
it.
do stuff. Yeah. I mean, and here's the thing is a lot of people are worried about YouTube because they're going, oh, I'll never measure up to XYZ in YouTube. And I'm like, good. YouTube's old in the tooth. Wait till something new comes out and hop on it while it's new.
Yeah.
And if you're on the new wave of something, I mean, shit, you're ground floor. Just
Yeah.
harness your, or just hone your skills in the meantime. I mean, shit posting is an art form.
There we go.
And keep in mind, folks, all this stuff you see here started with one purchase of Fraps instead of a bottle of whiskey about 12 years ago. So all things kind of start simple and humble, like Deputy throwing F1 grenades through that window.
Yep. Oh, that was a good throw. That was a masterful throw.
I love a good throw on a hand grenade. You know, it's just
Oh, hey,
something when it lands.
that put them into alert mode. They're worried.
The explosion indoors frightened them.
The fourth explosion indoors.
Ah, all right. So the first three were like, someone's making Jiffy Pop. And then the last one was like, whoa, what? All right, I got it. So we have a threshold.
Yeah, and we met that threshold just then. Did I honestly blow everybody out of this fucking building? Yes. Ah, it's one of the little frogs. There we go.
Wow, frogs, huh?
Frog.
You think
Spelled
people are ready for the-
F-R-O-G-G-E.
You think people are ready for the Magistratum Mundanus?
Oh, people are ready
And-
because they keep asking me about it.
I know. I was gonna say, you think they're ready to meet or hear the story of Mr. Frog?
Frog was a hero, and
Frog
he
was a part of the team.
He was. He deserved his own badge number and his own Brody.
He was a good guy, Frog. Everyone liked Frog a lot.
He
Everyone
deserved
thought
better
Frog,
than he got.
I mean, he did his part, you know.
So now there's
And it
a machine gun around here somewhere that I'm looking for. This is a completely optional section, by the way. I went out of my way to murder these men. As I have
understand.
every other man that I've murdered in this entire game. No, over, please. Alright.
I mean, I just love what you're doing, just blasting people, just let them have it, you know. That's what it's about.
Yeah, that is definitely the intended Metal Gear experience.
You know,
Just
it's the hokey pokey. They're gonna find out what it's all about in short order.
R and half. Now where the fuck was this machine gun? There it is. No, off the porch. The controls on this are somewhat dated. If you can't tell, the jump to a free look camera was very welcome, and actually somebody just modded this camera system into Metal Gear Solid 2 in the past like week.
Wow. It's amazing because I mean I think that's awesome. I
Yeah,
think it's
but
awesome when
there's still
just-
people
yeah.
screwing with that.
Yeah, and trying to squeeze a little bit more life out of their favorite game. I think that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, hunt him down. That went so well for everybody else. I've got the Patriot. I don't need any more guns. I won't use them. What a
Yeah,
thrill
you're
with brightness and keyholing bullets through the night. Yes, well, it is, after all, my walking flashlight.
I don't understand why they thought that this gun would be so cool, but they did.
To justify it, yeah. Well, I
I
mean,
thought it was very cool indeed.
I did have to beat the game to get it, so at least there's that. Although it was technically easier to get than Meryl's bandana in Metal Gear Solid 1, or the stealth camo in Metal Gear Solid 2. I'm not reading that out loud, Jack. Yeah, no, I'm just blowing all the enemy food supply, and the reason being, they start to go hungry, and then you can fuck with them before you kill them.
Yeah, I know. It's messed up that these poor people are just out there starving in the jungle, and you're like, now the Hunger Games begin.
Yes. I saved this rotten food just for you, comrade.
I've caught nothing but gross things for you to eat.
This COD was good 2 weeks ago when I last booted up the game.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. Yes, you can do the same thing with ammunition dumps, and they won't have very much ammo. They've got like 2 mags on them to shoot at you with. Which is still, frankly, plenty of ammo, but... Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
It's
Uh-oh.
Daddy photosynthesis with his cockroach. I'm gonna eat that bird.
I would.
Gonna
It's
eat
the
that
bird from a second.
and it's gonna be delicious.
You gotta have goals, man. You have to eat the birds.
I beg of you, grant me the strength to take this final prey.
Yep, uh-huh.
Let me linger in this world just a little.
I know, friend. The Crimean War was very hard. Now shut the fuck up so I can eat your bird.
Enough for one.
I once shit a duck. I ate my own hat.
You're gonna cheese it? I wanted to. I really wanted to. I went to murder him on the dock, but I didn't have the SVD to do it.
If you hadn't shown up, my sleep would have been eternal.
For anyone that hasn't played this
Grandpa.
game, he says that, and that's a reference to the fact that if you make him wait more than 2 weeks by setting the PS2 clock forward, he just dies of old age.
I am the end.
Oh yeah, that's his custom Mosin Nagant that he's carried in like 8 fucking wars.
You'll make
Yeah, why not?
fine quarry for my final hunt.
Perfectly timed, as always. Thank you, NB Thunderbolt.
Appreciated.
He bought it from Nagant himself, probably.
Jimmy Nagant.
Yep.
That's the end.
Jimmy Nagant.
Known as the
Mr. I don't want to pay royalties to anyone himself. Designed a
Mister, I can't
rifle.
hear you.
Designed a rifle solely to get around existing patents. That is a shit post, man, and I appreciate it.
it'll be a test of endurance.
Eva,
Be careful.
I'm talking to you while being hunted by a snipe. Bang!
Yeah, exactly. Eva, the sniper seems to have me pinned down. How does he keep finding me? Can you hear me? Hold on, I need to relocate.
I wouldn't be so
Hold on, I need to talk up. How is he finding me?
His body is photosynthetic, like a plant.
What is he, some kind of monster?
On top of that, it can speak to the forest too.
Is he some kind of monster? Again, arrow in the head. I mean, what if just Snake, all he did was make noises? Like, just, and they're like, are you alright? And he's like, ugh.
They want facts about Mr. Mosen. Mr. Tex?
He was very upset and no one hugged him enough. There, done. There's some Mosen facts.
Well, but that's an accurate one. Give us a good one.
Oh, you mean, alright. Sergei Ivanovich Mosen was the only man to ever braid his mutton chops into a hairpiece.
Yeah. Fucking A.
That's not true, but that sounds true.
I'm trying to remember. One of these prevents him from hearing my footsteps. I'm pretty sure it's this one.
Yeah, Mosen was a weird guy. He did like Burdan 2 upgrades, and then he was like Mosen. And he was like, they're like, you want to work on anything else? And he's like, fuck you.
Yeah, Mosen, and then absolutely nothing else for the rest of his existence. He's not known for any other weapons.
Well, except for that pistol he did, kind of, but it
Oh yes, I am supposed to be counter-sniping the sniper, and I forgot to pick up any of the sniper rifles.
don't worry
I'm
about
sure
it.
that's going to go well.
Why don't you just shoot him in the face?
Oh, he's going to get shot a lot. Oh, there he is. Fuck you, Grandpa Bubba. What did you do to that rifle, you son of a bitch? Sporterized my ass.
Exactly. He should be made to pay for his sins. Just give him some shoot. Don't worry about it.
Well, this is going exceptionally well.
Yeah, it is. If you, why don't you just I don't know, sneak over there? You can use
Well,
your IR to find out
yes.
where he is.
I'm-
Just wait a few minutes. He'll go seepy.
And I don't have a few minutes. I'm going to go, yeah, we're leaving that. No, okay, well, let me leave it. Fine. Also, what the fuck's he got in that rifle?
Well,
that is shooting anesthetic needles like that.
yeah, that sounds like something someone would come up with at a crime scene. No, I wasn't doing heroin. Someone shot me with a sniper rifle full of heroin. It's a Russian sniper with a bird. He's 100 years old.
110, I think.
Oh, yeah. Very spry.
Real
Very
fast.
spry.
He's super fast.
He's a quick 110-year-old.
How the fuck do I get up there? You fat fuck. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da. I just gotta go find his footprints and I can follow his footprints.
And I think once you do that, you can just, well, once you get his footprints,
He's mine.
he's yours. You're gonna
He's
just
not
have to
gonna
go
like
over there.
it, but he's
No,
mine.
just sneak up behind him, choke the old man out, and win. I mean, that's the way it goes, right?
Yeah. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Stop calling me. So there's supposed to be 2 opportunities to eat the bird. The first opportunity is right at the opening of that fight, but I can never find the bird in the tree where it's supposed to be.
Oh, he's sleeping.
Yeah.
You got to be very sneaky.
No, I don't. I have the camo that eliminates my footprints.
That looks like a not good. That's what they
Yeah.
call a not good in the business.
I didn't have the sniper rifle the first time I played this. I had to find him and shoot him with the shotgun. Yeah. So there's 2 ways to do this. The intentional way is this very tense sniper duel with this ancient sniper who's, the most skilled at his craft. And it's really well done and just super tense and awesome and comes across really well. And then there's what I'm doing, which is running around like a madman until you zero in on him. And then chase him like he's got the keys to your car until he stops moving. Or you run out of ammunition, whichever happens first. So he disappeared from this perch a while ago. So we just have to go somewhere and get shot again. Yeah, go get the Kia keys back. Yeah, Lord Grimos has dealt with it. He knows. He's got magic parasites that make him shoot good and pop tree.
I know. He just lives in a tree. As you will.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm going to come murder you. It won't be
He's
until
like,
the
did you
4th
know what
game.
binoculars are for? Have you heard of binoculars? They're peep glasses that help you see further. The things you see in them are larger for your eye holes, but they're not really that close. The binocular see further device allows you to see Snake. Why are you hanging up?
Alright, you old fuck. Shoot me. Shoot me. He's really gonna make me run around this fucking forest and find him again. And he's gonna be like, ha, got you, when I just stumble upon his old raggedy ass laying in a bush. It's like playing an airsoft game with a fucking 5-year-old. Ah, see, there we go. He didn't like goat murder.
That's how it works.
Hold on, I can triangulate a direction based on where that anesthetic hit.
Excellent. Now all you have to do is chase this old guy down and beat him up. Beat up this old man and it's all over.
The old man.
Beat up the old man.
And pay back the debt, Mr. DeWitt.
Pay back that Mr. DeWitt. God. There's always a lighthouse, Mr. DeWitt.
Who the fuck actually is he? Come on, take a shot at me. You can do it. I need the Project Zomboid yell button. Oh, you son of a bitch!
Oh, did he see your arrows, you think?
Maybe I can wear a more conspicuous camouflage.
You don't need no camouflage.
You're right.
Camouflage.
What a thrill.
What thrill.
Yeah. You keep saying shit like that. But, oh, there he is. Target acquired. Bravo 6 going dark.
Bravo 6. Oh, there he is. Get Grandpa. Get Grandpa. There you go. It's time. Day of the pillow's upon us. Day of the pillow's upon us. That's right. Just let it happen. It's time to go sleep.
It's time to go to bed, old man. It's past your bedtime.
This fight brought to you by Predator and J.J. Abrams. Come get your medicine, old man.
The boss taught you well, yeah. I don't think that's how that works. Why are we running in circles, old man? Oh, you son of a bitch.
So what you're doing is you're just hosing down this old person with a machine gun.
Yes.
Because he won't lay down and die. But you have to wear a tuxedo, of course.
Well, naturally.
So, well, you know, it's almost like you were hit in the head
Yeah.
with an arrow that may have penetrated some of your higher brain function.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And?
No, just catching people up. I'm going to go get a beverage while you puzzle through that of our very, very special forces unit.
Oh, we're so special. When I'm alone, the major lets me play with the crayons, but I can't play nice with others, so he takes them away. This feels like a low-rent rendition of the fight from Enemy at the Gates. Yeah, it feels like a pretty good Enemy at the Gates when, you know, when it's being done correctly. I have neither the patience nor the skill at the moment to bother with doing it correctly. Nor the weapons, actually, because I've been ignoring all the pickups since I've got the Patriot. Yeah, footprints don't work this way, by the way. If you've never used thermals, this ain't it, dog. The new thermals are nice, though. With the outline mode and some of the fusion systems that mix it with night vision now. I've played with a friend's system that he frankly spent way more than I will ever spend on something like that. Oh, Jesus Christ, you're a foot away! You couldn't, like, pull out the Nagant revolver? Just go to bed, old man!
I'd hate to say this, but I don't think he could pull the Nagant revolver because it requires about 30 pounds of digit strength to pull, and I think his finger would come off. He's too old.
He is rather elderly. Yeah, the flashbang just means I can't hear your screams of pain.
Exactly. Just let him have it. Just let it happen. You know what I mean? Just say, you know what? The time is now, old man.
Alright, I gotta dig another fucking heroin needle out of my skull.
Dude, it's just a little bit of heroin. It's oh, right, I shouldn't say that. There's no such thing as a little bit of heroin. There's just eventually all of it.
You know, eventually enough ketamine and you just fall over.
That's what I'm told.
Oh, gee. You made it like 5 feet. God, the audacity of this man. It's a day ending in Y, and that's why he has to die.
I think that's an accurate statement. It's a Y day, right?
Your feet are releasing hot grease through the tread. That's why you can see the prints.
Ew. All right. So here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We're gonna go in there and we're just gonna shoot this old man. We're gonna hose him down with some 5.56, and we're gonna call it a day. I mean, that's easy peasy. Just handle him, no big deal.
Easy
'Cause
peasy,
we killed a
lemon
guy.
squeezy.
Well, I mean, we killed a guy whose whole shtick was to scream his name.
Yeah, that's a goat, not him, but that's him.
I mean, literally, his whole shtick was to scream his name. He was like,
Yeah.
the fear. And we were like, we're aware. And he's like, the fear? And we're like,
The fear?
yes.
Yeah.
Like, what you got?
No, come back here. I need to kick your ass. You can't escape me, old man. I am inevitable. I am entropy itself.
Oh, God. Just running him down. It's horrible. Just this old man like, help me! Help! I'm trying to leave! And you're like, not today! The Reaper is me!
Yeah, dual wielder. That is an arrow sticking out of Snake's skull. One of several. It shows up in some cutscenes, but not others. When it shows up in cutscenes, the physics just go nutty, and that is wonderful, frankly.
The time has come for a young
Raiden is eating apple milk, if you're wondering. Feet grease, the Spec Ops Bane, yeah. Predator bum fights.
Predator bum fights. It's a great way of describing what just happened. This is not good.
So you are the end then? Yes, I was the end of that man's life.
What if when he was talking, you just went boo? Like you just said that. Like he's just like, well, my whole life, and you're like boo.
It gives you the option to skip the cutscene, but how you do that is if you press any buttons, you just pop him in the head so he stops talking.
I would love to have that as an interruption for anything. That or like a very loud wet fart, like while he's talking, and you can use that to cut him off. You're like, who cares?
Snake, yes. The trees, they've opened the tunnel, Snake. Tunnel Snake.
I heard something about rulership of tunnel snakes. I can't remember.
Why the teeth? God only knows. Because Kojima thought it was funny, I guess. This was a blockbuster title. This is amazing. This is the game. This is the height of the series.
This is the best there is, man. This is where he pulled out all the stops, and he was like, yeah.
Hold on. Where's that fucking bird? Is you the bird? Is that the bird?
Just start shooting birds.
Bird. Bird? Bird. Come on, where's the bird? Because it says like grandpa or something, right? That's not the bird. That's a pigeon.
Well, Eldonius's bird does.
Maybe I'm conflating Eldronius's bird and this bird.
They're both terrifying.
Yeah.
Eldonius's bird just shrieks and screams of dead people long past.
Yes, I'm hunting the Eldonius bird on this map. I want to eat that fucking bird. Maybe it's
get
not helpful, but yeah. No. Although I will say that if this bird had yelled "Grandpa, help me" as I hunted it, that would.
That's what Eldonius's bird does.
I
Just
know,
at
that's what I'm
normal.
saying.
Just at normal, just sitting there, you'll be like da 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 da, having a good time, and then it'll be like, Grandma, Grandma, help me, and you're like, oh God.
Yeah, you're reminded that bird is a witness to some horrific trauma.
Or some really repeated weird TV show.
Well, yes.
Like someone watched the same show over and over again.
Where can you hear Eldonius's bird?
Inside the Black Pants Legion most days.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever Eldonius is around.
Yeah, then the bird comes out.
She's just kind of a constant companion. He said it's a she, right?
Jasper.
Yeah. Okay. Bird? Okay, I give up. I won't eat the bird this time.
This time
You win this time, bird. I've eaten that bird like 10 or 12 times.
I get you. Now I
wanted
discovered
him
something.
to show up later in the thing.
I get it. I get it. I understand.
Now, I know it stays around him during the fight, so it's entirely possible that with the amount of rounds I sprayed around, I might have just killed it. And not found it to eat it. We'll know if we make it to that part of the game. Hunting spiders with 556.
Yeah, that's how to do it.
That's how you hunt bats. Now we're cooking with grease fire.
Exactly. If you think nature is in your house, you should just call Deb. He'll let it out.
Yeah.
I don't think you should call the police and tell them just to come bring a cop that can shoot a possum. But I mean,
if that's what's gotta happen, then there are options.
well, I mean, anything better than the county people you were telling me about. Jesus Christ.
Good old Ed.
It was those stories. Jesus. Ugh.
The ladder
You know,
scene.
I once saw somebody cut themselves out of a tree. Like a worker. I watched them do it. And I called to them once and I said, hey, that looks dangerous. And he told me to go fuck myself. And then I watched him slowly cut himself out of a tree he was in. I was like, you know what? All right. You do you.
Yeah.
Mr. Physics. I'll wait, you know? And sometimes that's just kind of how you gotta be. Oh, God. Here we go.
Ah, this ladder scene, man. This is one of the iconic gaming moments of the 2000s.
Yeah, it's the only thing anyone remembers about this game because it's the best part.
If you've got a Jacob's Ladder at your local gym and you love this game, you have to at some point put your Bluetooth speaker on this song and go do the ladder climb for the duration. It's a hell of a workout.
I could imagine that being a hellacious workout. Oh, by the way,
and you're not even doing it with an arrow in the frontal lobe.
Well, that's why he can do it. He can't feel anything. He's just doing this. He'll get midair and just his arms will keep moving one in front of the other, you know.
Yes, he's being stalked by a Bond film soundtrack. Yeah, or the 40
There-
pounds of guns in the tuxedo.
There are worse things to be stalked by. A Bond movie
yeah.
orchestra. I mean, come on.
Iden Sear says, I'm pretty sure I heard you smoke the bird during the first ham-handed salvo. I'm not surprised. I didn't hear bird noises, but I didn't hear very much except gunfire.
Yeah, that's the thing is when you're blasting someone with like a 4-inch barrel on full auto with IR goggles on, welcome to nothing. You will see nothing.
Not an OSHA-compliant ladder, you are correct.
That is indeed not an OSHA-compliant ladder.
Alright. Can you jump back down the shaft? You can indeed. You die. I'll save you the trouble. So, we are going to take a commercial break for a second, refresh our drinks, stretch our legs.
Shit our pants, as it
We'll
were.
get to the water break when we return. So, we've got some commercials that we've made up, and we'll be right back with you. About 5 minutes' time.
All right.
Tonight, only on WBPL 76. 1.5 digs.
Not again.
Follow Tom Tomadil, Diggs, and their loving son on all of their wacky adventures. Whoa!
I think you were supposed to turn left back there, you nitwit.
Oh, can it, woman? I know where I'm going.
Join us tonight only on WBPL 76 after the stream.
G17 to Delta. Come in, Delta. G17 to Delta. Fight in progress between two Ogren over a shirt at the Budget Thrifter on 3rd. Multiple casualties reported. Delta, do you copy?
G17, this is Delta. Two Ogren fighting over a thrift store shirt. Multiple casualties. Okay, hang on. Copy that. Delta shift. Responding. Oh, this is heavy. Alright, we're on our way.
Dear viewer, today I shall pose you a quandary. Is this an internet? Well, how about this? Big internet would have you believe it looks something like this. But here today I shall show you the true process of making an internet. Here at Stephen & Sons Internet Company, we don't hide behind malicious machinations, data relays, and 5G. No, we here at Stephen & Sons believe full-heartedly in the transparency and honesty in how an internet is harvested. An internet starts as a single interplant capable of only producing 1 byte throughout its entire lifespan, and it must be harvested by hand. The harvested interplants are then sent off to the net factory to get interwoven into the internets. After which the consumer enjoys their fresh organic internet straight from the field. Our consumers praise our air-like bytes. However, our less educated corporate fat cat critics might say we wish for larger, easier to see bytes. Well, as any well-educated man will tell you, the smaller the byte, the more soluble into the bandwidth of the average American home it is. So come on down to Stephen & Sons Internet Company today and enjoy the internet the way the Lord intended. And enjoy the American, hard-working, non-communist, non-union labor and quality service.
G17 to Delta. Come in, Delta. G17 to Delta. Caller reports the frogs outside say mean things to him when he smokes on his back porch. Address to follow. Delta, please respond.
Hello, magic talking box. Me Griglak, son of Griglak. Magic box say speak with tongue bad. But Griglak speak with tongue. Griglak speak with tongue again. Griglak bad too. Griglak report Griglak to chief. Goodbye, magic box.
Alright, we are back. Boba has joined us. Say hello, Mr. Boba.
Oh, hey, man. Y'all like stabbing people?
Yeah, well, we've mostly been shooting people.
That's good, too.
Your famous line is for brisket. That's where I suppose.
And because Boba asked, the truck audio actually is a T-54 starting up, which is why they keep gunning the engine like they don't understand how internal combustion engines work. It was the best one I could find.
Well,
maybe it was because it was cold.
No, they will die if you don't give them the beans.
Yeah, give them the gas, but keep up the gas. They keep, like, letting off as if the 60-pound pedal weight is too much for them.
If I learned anything from starting Humvees, it's that you just hold the gas pedal down.
Yeah,
until the engine just
you either start the truck or you flood it. There's two ways about it.
You get the guy with the newest gloves to hold a piece of fucking a plank of wood over the exhaust in order to build back pressure.
Ooh.
My favorite was starting the old Shermans with Kaufman starters. It's just like, we're gonna start this giant V8 with a 12 gauge. You're like, ah.
God, that's so cool.
It's horrible because you're like, hey, now we have to clean the engine because it's full of smog.
Mom.
Speaking of Cold War, I can tell you Cold War facts all day. Here's a great Cold War fact. I spoke with a guy who is a B-36 maintainer.
Oh, Lord.
He told me that the B-36 was retired, not necessarily because of other better planes coming along, but because of the attrition loss of people quitting the Air Force over the B-36.
Oh, Buck boys, we're in the desert.
Fuck yeah.
God, this game.
Thank God the jungle gives way to Khyber Pass. So, he said that every time that plane came in, you had to replace 36 spark plugs per engine. Per engine.
Why is there 36?
So
how many were they 36 cylinder engines? What? How?
So here's the thing. That's just the props. There's also 4 jet engines that require different maintenance. And so he said that the engines routinely needed work, and I said, well, why? We'd figured props out back then. And he says, yeah, going the right way. These engines are running the wrong way because the prop's behind.
Oh, yeah.
And so he said that they would run 100 liters of oil would burn out of these engines per flight.
That's fantastic. Right quick, Depp, you just passed that snake. You gonna eat it?
No, I have bigger, better prey on my mind.
Oh, bird time. I still can't get over the 30s. Oh, man, the most dangerous game.
Oh yeah. By the way, the other thing that was horrifying is he did tell me one story of an Air Force guy that got in really great shape on the B-36 because he was told to take photographs of any time they were intercepted by Russian aircraft. And so the Russians would fly all around the B-36 and the guy had to crawl all over the B-36 to get shots. So he said the guy would get behind and he has to crawl through the tunnel in the middle of the plane to the back with his camera. And he's like, all right, I'm going to take a picture of this brand new Russian. Hey, sir, he's moving to the left side. Fuck! And then he has to crawl all the way through again to get another shot.
God, oh, that is so annoying. At that point, just shoot him down. Take pictures with the fucking lead camera.
That's what I mean, is it's just, you hear people doing stories with that, and you're like, oh man, what a day.
At what point in that man's life does it become more economical for him to stop crawling around and just shoot him down and take him out of the ocean?
Well, the other problem was that there weren't hangars big enough to work on them, so you had to build a scaffold. And then take the scaffold to the plane.
Oh, Lord.
Now, one of the places they loved to fly this plane out of was Greenland.
That's terrible. Nobody should go
A
to
notably good environment.
What is it?
So people used to freeze to the airframe.
Oh, no.
They'd have to go get hoses to get the people off the airframe while they were working on it.
Oh, that's rough, dude.
Come on in. Come on in. Yeah. Come in for a landing. Yeah.
Why do you have Boss's gun? What's happened here?
This is a New Game Plus.
Oh, okay. Have you already passed the terrible lab?
Yes.
Alright, so-
I made them pay for many mistakes.
What? But you had both the this is not this is not Depp's first time playing this game in the Legion. He played it once.
Oh, I remember. It was for like nights. For
Yeah, it
nights and
was-
nights and nights. You were his co-pilot for this.
It was great. It was the best because there was a fever dream section in the lab where it was all just murder and it was he was wearing the doctor suit but still had the face paint on, so he got spotted every time.
Yeah, face paint or no face paint, I can't sneak through that place. I don't know why. Maybe it's something to do with the bandana. I don't get it.
I typically go through the lab like that movie Falling Down, you know? I just have the
Oh,
12
no.
gauge and I just stalk around and I'm like, oh, I guess you're gonna die in that stupid suit.
You should have given me my breakfast at the fast food place.
Actually, I will have lunch.
Exactly,
I love that.
yeah.
That I think that line was ad-libbed because it's too funny.
It's too
just just you know what? I will have lunch. Like just apologizing after his tirade. Like, you know what? I will have lunch.
Yeah, I know fast food sucks. I'm sorry. I'll just have lunch. Right? Like in the middle of his murder span.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you guys have it rough. I'm sorry.
He's like, you know, I've had a bad day, but I feel bad for you. And yeah, what is your favorite Cold War uniform and loadout? I'm a fan of SADF Pattern 83, Mr. Depp.
Pattern 83 is pretty hard to beat.
And as far as a loadout, I'll just take the SADF loadout. That's a good AK.
Well, yeah, SADF, their equipment is top tier for Cold War. It is not as modular as something like Molly, but I think it works better, especially given
it's not as modular, but it holds 8 million rounds of ammunition in all the water.
Yeah, it works for their mission set extremely well, and it's a highly adaptable piece of kit. Especially the chest rig is just phenomenal.
It's one of the best ones you can get.
The battle jacket, I could take or leave the battle jacket, but chest rig, I'm all about it.
Were they one of the? Were they one of the short? Were they part of the short faction? Were they?
Yes.
Were they proponents of wearing shorts in combat?
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, Nutria brown shorts.
I'd wear shorts in combat. I'd wear kilts in combat. I think pants in combat should be optional unless it's trench warfare.
I mean, yeah.
You know, I think it's highly situational dependent because in the savannah and down, on the southern half of that continent, fuck yeah, shorts, absolutely.
I will say, okay, someone says favorite Cold War Soviet consumer product.
Cold War Soviet consumer product.
Cigarettes.
The Bellamore canals, that's a hard thing to beat. Those are awful. Only cigarette I've ever smoked was a Bellamore canal.
Those are papyrosas, which are not technically cigarettes.
Oh, no.
The second thing is, you have about in that movie The Fifth Element, where they're like 5 a day is your goal, and there's just that little bit of tobacco in there. That's a papyrosa. However, the rest of it has no filter. It's a pinch filter, so it's like a cardboard filter, and you just kind of pinch that between your fingers, and it's just an unfiltered cigarette and so tobacco. Please shoot the wacky Hiller prototype, please.
Oh, uh-oh. Stinky.
Now, I like a lot of these different ideas here, but I mean, I know. Oh, that's the other thing we had fun is when we went to Wisconsin and when we went through Detroit, as we said on the podcast.
There's some way to one-shot the engine. I forget what it is.
Well,
I think you have to have the rifle, don't you?
Oh, God, what the hell was that?
Shoot
Oh,
the pilot.
It was an RPG-7.
Dude, he was sneakier than you were.
Holy shit, man. I didn't think, like, do you think those guys were just watching you for a bit?
Yes, 100%. They were like, is he about to move? Because maybe we can just stay here and he won't notice us.
Maybe. I mean...
Why does it only have a rear sight?
Well, because the barrel is like 4 inches, Boba.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Do you
It doesn't
really
have
think
a
there's
buffer
a side
to it.
picture?
I'm just gonna hide back there.
Where's your RPG-7?
I never picked it up because I've got the Patriot.
That's fair.
I love the Hiller prototype that had the ramjet engines on the props.
Yes.
Where you nothing like a helicopter that just makes flames as it sits there.
It's not a helicopter. It's a flammacopter. I forgot what the Russian root is, or the Roman Latin root for flame is.
Oh.
Well, it appears you found out what the root of getting killed is by that weird prototype that they have.
Howdy, the law?
I think this is too many prototypes for one
Yes.
place.
Yes.
Because,
No.
Generally, you'd have a facility this crazy, and then the prototype would be like a tank.
Yeah, it'd be one thing. Yeah.
One tank.
It's not even a full tank. It's just like a hull or like a turret.
Yeah, it's like no, it's the auto loading mechanism.
Yeah, not
like
even
just
the gun.
the auto loader.
Yeah,
just the auto loading carousel. That's it. That's it.
And it's out in the open in the middle of like a concrete pad, and that's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're having trouble with like design factoring problems.
There's a bunch of cameras, and it's like there's some really angry guys just talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, they're just sitting there with clipboards, and they're like, I guess we'll try it again at like 12 volts. I don't know.
The motor's supposed to work at fucking 18. Why are we doing this?
Yeah, they're just going back and forth, just whatever. Just whatever. Just kind of mild, not a big deal.
weirdest Cold War armored vehicles that you have ever heard of?
Ever?
Ever. Cold War.
Yeah, all right. So there were always the laser tank attempts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like Object 279, just the thing with 4 tracks. That's kind of neat.
That's a good one.
That's actually in here.
Yeah, that's a neat one.
Nuclear tank.
Yeah, as far as it goes with these sorts of weird what if weapon systems, like I think let's go with something they actually made, not just drew up.
Oh yeah.
So
the Tsar tank is not Cold War, but that's weird. But if my taste for weird that they actually made is the Starship.
Yeah, the Starship. The fact that became a production design.
Oh yeah, it was actually fielded and everything.
Yes, it wasn't very effective because I mean they were
nothing
test bed concepts that were never fully fleshed out. But
yeah. Didn't stop him from being neat.
Yeah. See, I like the idea to reuse the Gallade Avenger on the M48 holes that they were pulling out of service because they were too old even for the National Guard.
Mm-hmm.
And use that as the air defense M247 Sergeant York. And then instead we got the Sergeant York that we got, which, well, you know how that went.
It likes to point at general staff.
Yes.
Well, we did a few other things in the Cold War, because Sergeant York was neat. Automatic by Otto Breda, or Otto Breda of Malera.
Yes. The Automatic, because it's spelled with O's, not A-U.
Yes, and yeah, that's awesome. That's not really a tank, but it's the full auto 76mm super rapid compact dual-purpose gun system off a destroyer that can shoot anything, and at the same rate of fire.
I think Chronoplanes are neat. I know they're not armored vehicles, but Chronoplanes are just wacky.
Yeah, and they put anti-ship missiles on them.
Yes. Yeah. They were very serious about figuring out what those could do and using them to their best ability. It won't let me lay down because this guy's right here. Wonderful.
Only in inland seas and whatnot, though, because Lord knows you can't drive it anywhere.
Weirdest warship? Probably the Russian circular gunboats that they tried.
Dude.
Yeah. Now, well, okay. Here's my answer, though. If you want for niche, like weird, T-250 and T-249 Vigilante. Never mass produced. They build 6. It's a 37mm chain gun. And 3,000 rounds a minute.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Well, it had a custom round. That was the problem. They took a Bofors cartridge and necked it down to 37 mil.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's not like a little 37 mil. It's a big one. It's like a naval gun.
Yeah. God.
And yes, steamships are still in military use. Power steam is still in use by a lot of navies. We're not all doing combined gas or diesel.
Well, functionally, any nuclear-powered vessel is a steamship.
True, but if he means like, if he thinks in terms of steam, like steam turbine, like the Dreadnought, yeah, there's still military ships that are steam turbine.
Yeah, the hot rock will never die.
It eventually will, but we won't be around to worry about it.
It's my favorite because it's like, yeah, if rock is hot, therefore take water, turn into steam, use steam, produce electricity.
We've been boiling water for a long time.
Yeah, it's all boiling water.
It's all boiling water all the way down.
God, it's amazing.
But, well, I mean, I was talking...
the arc of human progress is nothing but finding new and interesting ways to boil water.
Indeed. And I was speaking with Von Cobra in the Legion, and he was asking like, why didn't paddle wheels? Why didn't they continue to catch on? I was like, well, because of fucking Brunel and the steam screw. But that and there's all these disadvantages of transversely mounted triple expansion steam engines running all these other things and da 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 da. But I also realized there are some fucked up things that are possible if you made 4 paddle wheels running in 2 banks of engines with boilers in the middle. You could make something that had almost nothing dragging in the water with cantilever paddles. So it would be very, very sprint hull. And the other thing that's kind of scary is if you had 4 points in the water at which you are pivoting or turning or exerting traction force, you could reverse engines and essentially flip the boat around, like drift it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
However, it would roll.
Yes. That's that's
Upsides and downsides. I mean, pros and cons.
Sick drift, yes. Boat upside down, also yes.
It would drift once.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's all you need, right?
You ever watch the movie Battleship?
I was about to go there. You son of a bitch.
I knew great minds do in fact think alike.
I saw that. I saw that movie, and
it was great. Rihanna was in it.
Yeah.
Rihanna was in it.
Look, 10 times better than anyone I ever knew in the Navy.
Yeah.
10 times happier as well.
Yeah, they gave her a minigun. Nobody gets a minigun.
Yeah, like, most sailors don't ever fire a gun in their military career.
Most of them.
Like, could you imagine putting up with all the bullshit of the Marine Corps and never getting the cathartic release of firing a gun?
Oh, it'd be terrible. Like, if I didn't have that one time I shot with a night vision, I wouldn't have been able to complete my service.
You're like, I look back on this in hard times. The night vision day.
Yeah, no. You're sitting there.
Like, it's not a joke. You're literally like, oh my god, I'm in Call of Duty 4. This is literally the original Modern Warfare. It's great. Where's Soap?
He has gone dark.
Bravo.
He's gone dark for his final time.
Soap. Ramirez, the Burger Town.
Have you gotten your Burger Town campaign medal?
What's up?
You haven't? Okay.
What is this?
I'll send it to you. Yeah.
Oh no, I think I need one of these. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one that nobody's got. The Burger Town campaign medal.
Hell yeah, dude.
God damn it! Why can't they just leave me alone and let me climb the mountain in peace?
Because that's not your business. You don't have a permit. You didn't tell the commissar. You didn't say, like, hey, I'm climbing the mountain.
This is a training exercise. Don't actually shoot me. I'm just going to climb this mountain.
You didn't ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
that's illegal.
I've killed so many of these guys. There comes a point where it's like, hey, just grab, like, the shit he's wearing, right?
Yeah.
Perfectly timed, as always.
Hail, caution, chrysanthemum. I was looking for another K word.
Shoo! Fuck off! Well, that was his mistake. That one was all him.
All right. So as we know, we have killed probably a regiment of guys by now.
Oh yeah, like I am depopulating the Soviet Union.
One idiot at a time.
So like in the 60s, it'll be like training accidents will be like #1 cause of death of soldiers, and then right behind that is you. Right behind that, there's just you.
Training actions. You know, fun fact, exactly one Marine was killed at Guadalcanal by falling coconut.
You know, I'm not at all surprised, actually.
Neither am I.
My friend Steve had a hilarious observation because I pointed out there's a lot of Marines that got Congressional Medal of Honors, just posthumously.
Yeah.
For, like, covering their friends with grenades or whatever. Just covering, laying on them, whatever.
Yeah, the kind of things that make that award generally posthumous.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Mr. Steve...
Yeah, oh, well, that's a thing.
Wow. Mr. Steve had a observation on that, and he said it was because there was some gunny following a butter bar around, and every time a grenade or something threw near it, that gunny would just throw a boot on the grenade.
I can believe that, yeah. Yeah, that sucks, but it's probably real.
Yeah.
Just throw the boot on the grenade and be like, metal!
Congratulations, son, you're a hero. Well, am I going to live in it? Probably not. But you'll be a hero, boy.
Your family will be very proud eventually.
They'll be very sad for a very long time, and then maybe proud.
I had an idea. For a new ration.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Is it better than the olive oil ration?
All right.
Also known as Italian fast food.
That is the worst thing I've ever heard. Just no. It's horrible.
Is it better or worse than that?
Look, Neapolitan ice cream comes in a big box.
Yeah.
It's just a box. It's a
God,
cube.
I should have brought ice cream earlier. Fuck, I knew I fucked up.
That's all right. It's okay. There's always more ice cream. You can even make your own.
I'm not. I don't have that kind of time nor that kind of wherewithal to do that.
I'm just saying, if you make your own ice cream, you can put whatever you want in it.
Well, I just want ice cream. I don't want to put things in. That's ridiculous.
You're saying you don't like candy?
People who need things in ice cream are weak. Eat the ice cream. It's already delicious.
So what is just the ice cream? So you're saying like all ice cream is vanilla? Like nothing else can be in it?
No, it can have a flavor. That's different. Putting physical objects that are not ice cream into ice cream.
So Rocky Road is a bad ice cream?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. If you're willing to die on that hill.
I mean,
will
that's
die
rough.
on that hill.
That's rough.
That
So
one
here's my ration idea. You know the big box of Neapolitan ice cream, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I was eating astronaut ice cream one day, and I know it's just dehydrated. So what if you had a big box about the size of a shoebox? That's your ration, and you open it up, and there's a dehydrated meat. There's a dehydrated protein. There's a dehydrated starch. It's a simple.
text.
That's our OBS crash right on time, 2-hour mark.
Excellent. Well done, us.
It's
So
great.
here's the idea: is if you got your Neapolitan right, and all you have to do is then choose trios of flavors that go well together.
You know, this...
So you get a meat, you get a dehydrated meatballs, you get dehydrated tomato sauce, and you get dehydrated spaghetti.
Yeah. What about it?
That's your meat, your starch, and what was the third vegetable?
You get a dessert. You have to choose a dessert.
The dessert? It's the Italians have it right. You get the cordial.
Dehydrated cordial, so just alcohol dust.
Yes. Tastes like alcohol, and yes.
See, I think you could solve all of these and, you know, get them all into one meal if you just dehydrated, like, a can of SpaghettiOs.
Could you? Could you? Could you? Would it be possible to? Would it be possible to dehydrate olive oil?
I think it is as dehydrated as it's gonna get, brother.
I don't care if it's an anhydrous liquid. Tell me.
I don't like where this is going. This is just bad. Like, you're just like, dehydrate SpaghettiOs. I'm like, why?
It's
Why would
fine.
you do that?
You know, you shoot a guy in the brain once and you assume he should die, but no.
I just figure that Snake's aim is bad. Like, he thinks he's aiming for the head and he's like shooting him in the shoulder on account of you know, his frontal lobe is pierced.
Oh Christ, his fucking
Not
his
only
sights are just really off.
Yeah, not only his frontal lobe, but the man's like
I'm glad to see that tradition survived of having
Yeah.
the extremely fucked up snake.
the vein is in his skull. So you know, like, anytime the swelling goes up or down, they twitch a little bit and he loses or regains parts of his motor function.
So you're saying he goes from, like, normal to flowers for Algernon?
Yes.
Alright.
Like, depending on which way the wind's blowing.
That's
That's
not
horrible. That's really not good. Do you
Also-
think his radio calls just get a little weirder over time?
I kill.
He's like, and they're like, all right.
The everything Ridley is fine Crunchios. Yeah.
Crunchios.
No.
Is Snake role playing as Phineas Gage? Not intentionally.
No, Phineas Gage actually, the weird thing about Phineas Gage is that he did okay. He actually kind of recovered, but his personality changed.
Yes.
That was the weird bit. So it was like he survived, that which he shouldn't, but like differently.
Yeah, like survived, but at what cost?
Not in the penis.
That's a penis. In the
That's a penis.
In the words of the meme.
Good meme.
Wonderful meme.
Why is the windage so off?
Well,
Would the
let me
windage not be off on a rifle
don't-
without a front
Boba.
sight?
Boba.
It shouldn't go that far.
It's 8 inches. It's leaving the barrel with a squib load,
It's
and
not
then
that.
all of
It's
the
not
gas
even
is
8
making it fly in a direction.
I don't think there's a gas system on this rifle.
But let's not get into
It's just
that.
blowback. Is this a fucking? Is this just a fucking?
As far as I can
It
tell, it's
is-
a blowback 5.56, which
I
should not
hate-
work.
I hate. Well, let's not go there because I can explain.
Which
how
should
it
not
does.
work in this receiver.
Correct. It would be a lot of no.
Oh, war crimes.
Ah, yes, the anti-aircraft gun. Good old ZPU.
Yeah.
They say you're not allowed to shoot fucking paratroopers, bro. He was just body blocking.
Yeah.
I'm trying to shoot the aircraft behind him. Tell him to stop cheating.
You know, about now this gun would stop working.
Oh, this gun should have stopped working ages ago.
It's just very well maintained. It's fine.
That's really strong cockpit glass.
Well, as you know,
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
It
Well
hit
done.
the spine, didn't detonate right. It's fine.
Don't
Is that
worry.
how many helicopters did they just have in the air?
Well, remember that
They-
the Hyundai wasn't developed yet.
Yeah, this is a few years early.
So this is every prototype for like the next 3 years
Is here.
is here, fully armed, in flying condition.
And they're all being destroyed by one man with a pair of shitty guns.
You think they'd notice in the program that there was like an overage, right? They'd be like, you seem to be losing a lot of vehicles in testing. Could you explain this? And the guy's like, ah!
Electric power activate.
Well, there was a guy, my girlfriend and this guy, it was kind of weird,
There was another dude, he was just twirling guns the entire time.
there was a guy who said his name a lot.
Why is the
Actually, there were a
cockpit
couple of
see-through?
those.
Why is the cockpit see-through?
Well, you know, the thing that's important is for you to shut the fuck up and stop asking questions. That
Yeah,
would be
pretty
crazy.
much.
I'm asking the hard questions.
Hey, they lost me. They can't find me. And it's certainly not that they stopped looking for their own safety.
You know, I think they were like, we gotta call off the search, inclement weather.
It's not
They just say that.
It's raining lead. I'm sorry.
He's gone into the high ground.
Well, we gotta lay here and pretend all those people are still alive for another 10 seconds.
They'll catch me.
It's horrible.
Stealth.
I mean, I know stealth.
How many Bradley IFVs were lost when they drowned during river crossing testing? None. We recovered all of them off the bottom of the river. It's the
Yeah.
Russian Bermuda Triangle.
What does that mean?
Things keep disappearing.
The Russian Bermuda hexagon.
People keep stealing your cheese. You gotta stab them.
He got away. Winks frantically at other guard. What? He got away. Oh, yeah, he got away.
There was a time when there was an away. He got away.
Those are 80s boots. Those are not the correct sole pattern for 60s era Soviet boots.
They're prototypes.
Prototype boots.
If he knew I'd be dead already.
As you know.
This is his hobby. He's a sadist. He gets pleasure out of making people
What kind of game is this? A wonderful one. Oh, hey, yeah. Hold on. I've been slacking off. I haven't boobed for you guys.
Oh, I understand. It's very
There
important.
we go. There we go. I'm holding down the R1 button in case we get another boob opportunity.
Of course, of
A
course.
boob opportunity, as it were.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's what it is. I mean, it's an opportunity for boob. It's like, how did you get this one? You're damaged goods, lady.
You're nowhere near as pretty as I thought you were. Scars
Defect. Reject.
rubbing. Back to the factory with you.
But enough about that. You've got to get going.
Hey, so we haven't seen her or Ocelot in the same, like, shot. It's always been shot, reverse shot. Are we certain they're not the same person?
Hey man,
That's an excellent question.
whatever he's got going on is apparently working for him.
Because, I mean, they share a jawline, and he's not the most masculine individual.
No, only weirdos like engravings.
It unlocks the door to the underground tunnel. Once you're in there, you can follow
Yeah, who has engraved guns nervously looks sideways.
this too.
I think I only have
Oh,
one.
Wayne,
Hey, it's modern ramen noodles.
The food of the future.
from those early 2000s.
A well-balanced meal from the space age. Enough sodium for the week in one package.
What if she
Wow.
looked around at the camera and mentioned the brand?
Yeah.
Like she mentioned the brand full on.
Just start
And-
speaking Japanese for like 20 seconds.
Does the full thing and then the mascot comes on.
And that's it.
That's the game over.
Yeah.
It's a secret ending. It's the ramen noodle ending.
Oh, fuck.
And it says you got ramened. I don't know what that means.
I hate Russian.
You got ramen.
Rain.
Hey, BTR 152s. I've driven one of those. They're miserable.
That's where Shagohod is. Finally, there's the west wing, which is connected via a passageway to the main building.
But you don't get some sick pleasure in driving shitty fake cars.
Oh, he
I've
loves
driven
them.
the
He owns
BTR
one.
40. Yeah, I
He owns
fucking
one.
own one. Not a BTR 40 or 152. I own the Gas 69 because I don't have 50 grand sitting around. But oh, and I've driven a BA 46, one of the little Jeeps turned into an armored car the Soviets did in World War II. That's also terrible. I mean, like, yeah, if somebody's like, hey, drive it, be like, fuck yeah, man, I'll drive it. But don't buy
you
one.
Also, well, I mean, you've come up with some of the list of vehicles you said you'd love to own, but then you're like, nah. Like, afterwards, you would sit there and describe how cool they were. And I'd be like, oh, do you want one? And you're like, no.
No, I don't want one.
I know a car that there is a car somewhere that if I dropped it off on your lawn with the keys in it, you drive it every day. And it's probably old. It's probably Soviet. I'd be like, hey, here's your 60s Lada that used to belong to a factory manager.
So at this point, for armor, there's like two things that I'd be like, yeah, I'd own that. I know how to maintain that. First one would be an M114 because it's just a big block Chevy in it. I can work on a Chevy engine. And the other one's a Cadillac Gauge Commando, the V100. Just because it's stupid weird. It does run on American parts. I can get it, Napa or whatever. And it's not over width for American roads, so I can make it road legal.
Nice.
That's the problem with a lot of the Soviet armor, is it is over wide for our roads, so to transport it, it's a wide load, there's a bunch of fees. The BRDM-2, which is the wheeled one with the drop-down... Oh no, she's got mud on her American jungle boots, which she totally would have had in Soviet Russia, the very year they were invented.
Don't worry, everything's exactly where it needs to be.
Yeah, no, I have done enough working on armored vehicles and restoring armored vehicles that I know I don't like playing with armor. I've driven an M24 Chaffee that was cool as shit. I wouldn't own it. I've driven a T-34. Cool as the other side of the fucking pillow. I wouldn't own it. Well, I mean,
yeah.
I'm kind of ambivalent on a lot of my exes, but whatever.
It's not that. I mean, it's one of those things of when it comes down to like armor or cool stuff, it'd be great to have like a MiG-21 on your lawn.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to fly it.
Yeah. The lawn MiG-21.
Yeah,
that would be a great fucking thing to have on the lawn.
I've never flown, but I have flown in several models of Hueys now. They are cool as shit. If you ever get the opportunity, do it. Even if you gotta pay for the privilege. I wouldn't want to own and fly one. Holy crap, that was a maintenance intensive.
Yeah.
And the Huey is honestly a very simple system compared to a modern helicopter.
Oh, yeah, no computers.
It also it wobbles in interesting ways.
It will in fact weeble wobble but not fall down?
Oh, it'll fall down.
They fall down all the
They fall
fucking
down
time.
all the time. All the time.
There's a reason why when the Germans divested themselves of their Dornier copies, the FAA took one look and was like, hell no, those are not coming into the States. So they all wound up in like Africa.
God.
Yeah, Dornier 204. What's wrong? Ah, gunfire.
You don't want to make out in the middle of a war zone, potentially?
So she listened to gunfire coming up the mountain for 30 minutes. And that gunshot was enough to be like, oh.
Something's up.
Well, it's because I'm in the building with her, so she knows it's not me.
Oh.
There's another psycho out there. Oh my god. Oh.
I thought they killed the fear guy. You're like, baby, I am the fear.
I am the
I
fear
fed him nothing
and I
but
am the end.
I fed him nothing but shit until he died of diarrhea.
Oh fuck.
I am what I eat and I eat what I am. I'm Popeye the Eldritch Abomination.
Oh god.
I've got to hurry back and play my other part.
No, really though. Those arms are not natural.
Wait,
That man's a fish
hers?
people. No, Popeye.
Fish people.
Oh, Popeye? Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's
of course.
he was at Bikini and he picked stuff up.
Uh-oh.
Those are tumors.
Yeah.
The spinach. That's where
Oh,
we got
Jesus
the spinach.
Christ.
That's where we got
What?
the spinach.
It's the right era.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's where he got all the spinach from Bikini.
Popeye, why are you smoking? You've got mesothelioma from your 60 years in the Navy.
Spinach.
I am what I am.
Oh, yeah. Object 264. Oh, yeah. Punch that barrel.
With
You
your electro
vaguely homosexually coded villain, you. Because that's not a tired trope, Kojima. Good work.
Homosexually coded. What?
Kojima has done for complex characters what KFC has done to Thanksgiving.
What? Oh no, not the rich homie.
I don't think you can beat to death a two-time winner of the Hero of the Soviet Union award and face zero repercussions.
That's yeah, that doesn't sound good. That guy's probably got
Like, that man's beef jerky, and I know I've got a package of beef jerky on the table for comparison.
Ooh, what brand?
Old Trapper.
That's a good one. I like Old Trapper.
They're good, yeah.
You know what my favorite is? The giant slab of jerky, where it's like a whole sheet of somebody's back or something.
Yeah, they call that salt beef, and nobody's eaten it in the last 100 years.
Shut up, I love it. How dare you make fun of me for being antiquated and weird?
Yeah,
I like
know.
salt beef very much.
That's a lot.
Pot and kettle, as we were just talking about all the weird Russian vehicles I've driven.
I like my salted beef, and I like my 4-ingredient meals.
Potato. Beef stock. Beef.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love, if you go look at what field kitchens ate 100 years ago, you will never complain about military food. It's just like onion, ham hock, bean, other kind of bean.
Nah, fucking
maggot infested.
Texas over here eating like the Shackleton fucking expedition.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? That's how I like to eat.
He wishes he was part of that expedition, man.
I do. That would have been fun.
It would have been fun until it wasn't.
Listen,
now I'm frozen and this is not great anymore.
I'd have taken it. I'd have had fun. I'd have had fun. I would have been the guy who died making snow angels. They'd have been like, this guy had fun.
Look, Tex, I'm just built different, homie. I would have had a good time on the death expedition.
It's not a death expedition until you make it. Not with that attitude.
It's a death expedition no matter whether or not you have
How do you
fun.
know that? What if I brought enough crackers and juice for everyone?
That's impossible. That's entirely too many crackers and juice.
Yeah, but then they'll be like, we're doomed. And I'll be like, yeah, but all these crackers and juice. I'll be the last guy alive. They'll be like, what happened? I'll say they didn't bring crackers and juice.
Yeah, they didn't have enough for themselves.
No, I'll be in the corner quietly eating and be like, God, it's terrible.
Sailing up the coast, eating salt beef, tipping on crackers and juice.
Laid back. With my
Like
mind
the
on my money and my
1850s.
money on my mind.
With my mind
my
on my
mind-
scurvy and my scurvy on my mind.
With my mind on my vast corporate industries which pay little to no attention to the well-being of my common man, and that upon my mind likewise. Good day. Click.
Penny farthing.
Good day. Return to the boot blacking factory at once. I've heard your complaints. Cease.
Hogfish Day demands more soap.
Why does everyone hate Hogfish Bay? It's the greatest thing ever.
Terrible.
How is it terrible?
What does it do? Name its two functions.
It makes soap and it entertains me.
I just
You've forgotten. No, that is a result of its two functions, which is soap and fire.
You forgot the riots.
No, the riots are a result of the soap and/or fire.
I just found it so incongruous that people found the HMS Terror in Terror Bay and were like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, well, they
It's
would
like we
have
never would have found it.
Wait, are you telling me the bay was named Terror Bay prior to the discovery of the HMS Terror in Terror Bay?
Yes, it was. It was named that because the Inuit always said that's where the terror went down, and nobody fucking believed them.
Are you telling me that so it's another tragic story of people thinking it was too good for its home?
Yeah.
I know that boat lived there. That boat do live there. God.
So here's the thing. Why does this guy have a crossbow?
Because
that's the Fear's crossbow.
I understand.
Yeah.
But like, what's his deal?
The boss came in and dropped it on the floor.
Yeah. And now he's got to sow chaos because he's evil backstabby guy.
Who is actually not evil? Question mark.
And also never backstabbed anyone, but only if you read things a certain way.
Only if you've looked into the deep lore.
Yep, the deep lore, like down where the fish people are.
Yeah, down below where they sunk that boat in the second one.
Barley cheese lard boiled together.
Listen, that's food. You've described a food.
Cheese lard
dropped it on the
boiled.
floor, primed I did.
Well, why is that not a food choice?
Barley cheese lard?
Well,
It's
all you
got-
gotta do is get your salts and fats and all those things.
It's got 500% your daily dose of lead.
Oh, God.
We have cooked it in a pewter mug. It is fine. Only a little bit of pewter melted.
Don't worry about it. It adds some sweetness.
Bad luck killing a seabird.
What?
Don't worry.
Oh, what are you guys gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it?
Stop me. You can't fucking stop me.
You're on a different map, motherfucker. You can't do shit. You're not
So
coming
you're just
up
gonna
here.
use... Yeah, the problem is you're using the least accurate weapon I think that has ever been built.
Yes, no, I just want them to have to document all these bullet holes when they do their next walk around.
That'll keep the Electro Man occupied.
They'll be like, well, 800 things broke today.
Yep. Administrative wrangling. A true leader's nightmare.
Espionage is getting taken to the next level.
Once bullets travel 5 feet into spawn, no, they travel 5 feet and fall.
The underbed goodness.
I just love that they hide things everywhere. You've got 1911 ammo and everything else.
Mm-hmm. Notably
a game
common
where-
in the Soviet Union.
Yes.
I would love a game like this where you punch out of a B-52 And you start off with the survival kit.
Oh
from,
yeah,
Dr.
you're just
Strangelove.
doing Bat 52 the game.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Skedio, time to escape the Soviet Union.
Dual
All you
wielder.
gotta do it.
This weapon also is not rifled.
Don't worry about it. Rifling is, as they say, optional. Remember, a rusty barrel is a trusty barrel.
Oh, he's famished. Guys, he's
Who is?
famished. One of these
Oh,
guards.
no.
I can fix that for him. I don't think he'll like it, though.
I think you should
Is
give him
that-
some beans.
Is that arrow in your cheek? Like,
Well,
Well,
just
it's also in his brain.
Yeah, it moves around, to be frank.
The position shifts on the time of day.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Fantastic.
There we go, yeah. Shoot the splody, man. Yep. Mm-hmm. Splody.
Very many explosions.
I gotta say this, you know, if I found out that people were using my anti-aircraft guns to break my stuff, I just wouldn't leave ammo in them.
Yeah, dude.
I'd just be like, you know what? No. You
Yeah,
call
no,
when you
we're-
see a
we're-
plane.
We're done, yeah.
You call when you see a plane. I'll bring you the ammo.
Yeah. In here, in the heart of Russia, and in the canyons next to our fucking jungle, you expect a plane? Preposterous.
There we go. It wasn't enough to kill the man's body. I had to kill his soul as well.
Oh, so
Oh,
you use the
man.
45. I get it.
Wow, that is a really bad spot to be in.
It is indeed. I mean, it's like they just all overlap there and get fucked alley, which is not a good place to live.
Fuck alley sounds pretty atrocious.
Yeah, get fucked alley is a bad place.
I wouldn't recommend it. It went poorly
No.
for them.
Sooner or later, it's your time in the barrel.
Yeah.
And cannot, in fact, win them all.
Oldest truth in the Navy. Alright, they fucked off. I am now free to do whatever I want on their mountain base. That wasn't so bad, was it?
I guess not. For you? He's just fucking scatting as he blows this up.
I would. I mean, I'd just be sitting there having a good time hanging out.
Yeah. Why not? How many opportunities will you get to, do this?
What, just go absolutely ham? Like nobody cares?
Yeah.
That's a rare
Rambo
opportunity.
3 your way through anything.
Well, he started off coming out of a pod that was ejected from an SR-72, right?
SR-71,
okay.
yeah.
It was in the
Yeah.
R-21 pod, which, as you know, plenty of room for people.
Yeah, definitely a person pod.
So much room for activities.
Well,
absolutely
okay.
no other purpose for that weapon
Yeah,
system.
none at all. Just
Surprise,
very.
cockfag!
So you're just gonna start shooting people?
His back was to me. I couldn't resist.
I understand. So I wonder, like, when they would just stop sending people up here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir?
It makes me wonder, like, when they would just say, seems like we lose a lot of people at random just here on Choke Point Mountain. That's what Hamster calls it. Choke Point Mountain. Welcome to Choke Point Mountain.
Yeah. Did you just punch me with an RPG-7?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what the end's for. It's got a boxing glove attachment, too.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I forgot. The boxing glove does the little accordion arm, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a limited. They didn't make many of them, but yeah, it's you know, you just boop and you get them.
It's like the thermobaric warhead for it. You know.
Yeah, yeah. It's just
You don't
it's a
see it
different
very
option.
often versus a normal AT.
No, 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 no. It's more for urban environments, you know.
God.
God can't help you here, friend. You gave me a 37 millimeter.
Why does this one have a sight? Oh no, you were just zooming in, and the fucking snake imposed a sight in his own eyeball.
Yes.
Well, he does that.
he's
It's
still
what happens
got
when
both.
he's trained very well. That or the arrow is taken over.
I do as the arrow commands.
Kill, violence, snake.
Sneak, 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 poop. Flip around like fish out of water. Sneak.
Violence. The kill. Kill vulture. Sleep.
That actually
That was
sounds
a
like
hell
our,
of a throw.
That sounds like our prison and prison architect.
It does.
You gotta eat, you gotta sleep, you
You
gotta
see
eat.
that fucking grenade throw?
Yeah.
Who chucked that thing?
Yeah, fucking full Tom Brady on it, huh?
Oh, full send.
Yeah.
And then we'll jam the knife in there, and then a cigar.
Cigar will help. The ash makes things classy.
Uh-huh. Go ahead and splint it. Ointment it. So the more damage you take and then heal, the higher your health gets. Like, the more health you have to work with.
As you know, scar tissue is just like that.
Yes.
Yeah. That's how that works, certainly.
And it took a while for the bullets to find him there.
Don't worry, the bullets have to go there. He has to look around. You know, then it handles itself.
He's got to realize he's been shot.
Yep. Come on, Mr. Vulture. Yes. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, God.
Nah, it's fine. He couldn't find me.
Into the corner.
Don't you worry. We got this. We are very sneaky stealth operators of Afghanistan.
I thought we were in Russia.
Russiastan. Russia
In
something.
The great Soviet canyon.
It's Soviet Canyon. Like, it's not the Grand Canyon, but it's the Big Canyon, comma, Supreme.
God.
I mean, it's pretty grand looking.
It do be looking grand, though. That is true.
You're fucking shitting me. I'm going to die from a scorpion's thing?
Don't worry. It's just a little bit of Scorpion. Scorpion kills Scrombles on occasion. But Scrombles must become stronger Scorpion.
Uh-oh, Skedio.
I have escaped.
Scorpion.
The Krasnoguji.
That's me good, yeah.
Ah,
So
Lord.
you just say it in a Borat sound. Oh Jesus Christ!
That's the guggy.
They
It's very
stopped
nice.
fucking around. No, that's a grenade.
Oh, they're just having fun.
No, let me go about my business. I'm very, very weak.
I'm a free man traveling. I'm a free
They
man
got you.
traveling.
They
They
got
did.
you.
They got me. This guy's being dudes.
These dudes being guys.
I'm a technical pacifist and that I am fleeing for my life.
See, there you go. They can't get you if you say that. That's how it goes. You're just like, hey, man. You just need some time to heal. You need to eat some beans, you know?
You got any beans?
That's one thing there isn't in Russia is beans.
He hasn't eaten in so long.
Is this dude in fact eating beans?
Well, why don't you have like 80 of those animals you ate? Why don't you just eat them until your gut bursts and you're like, food.
Then you can eat it again once it bursts.
Yeah, you're onto something.
Ah.
Using technology patented by the farming industry on cows.
Oh no!
It's-
Not the cow
stomach
hole.
TM.
They just, well, no, it's like with whiskey where you have to like, core the whiskey and take a drawing, and tell if it's ready. They have to do that to cow for the meat. They have to take a core.
Bad.
And they're like, this is going to be very tender.
I don't know why they show that to children when they go to farms. They're like, look, kids, here's the cow we did terrible things to. We put a hole in the side of it so we could reach inside and grab around.
Well, you gotta get in there because the cow loves eating marbles and stuff.
Why are you letting the cow have marbles, man?
Well, it gets mad when it doesn't have them.
That's not true. Just don't give them no marbles. Never
Well, it's marbles
introduce
the cow. How could it have?
Never introduce the cow to the temptation.
I'm just saying, man.
The Emperor of Mankind was right. We weren't ready to know.
Listen, it's fine.
He might have lied, but it was for a good reason.
Are you upset because the cows?
I don't know anymore. What's a cow?
What do you mean? Well, I mean, look.
Why is a cow?
What I'm saying is, what if you could get steaks in the mail?
Mail steaks. That's what is that? It's the Omaha. Is it Omaha a state?
Where did that come from?
Presumably your left side.
Isn't Omaha a steak? No, Omaha's a city, Boba.
I thought. Wait, Omaha's not a state. I know Omaha Steaks is a real thing, but I thought it was
I'm
also...
I'm just fucking.
I don't know
yes,
anymore.
Omaha Steaks is real.
Omaha. I raised the Omaha Steaks.
Right. So there is Omaha Steaks. I just meant like through the post office, like you just in an envelope. In an envelope.
Dear USPS, please send steak.
USPS steak, because they have stamps and they have steak, and it comes in an envelope. It's just an envelope of meat, and you tear the end open and you blow. Yeah, and there's your steak.
Dear Omaha, please tell the USPS to give me my steaks. Sincerely, Jimothy.
Jimothy.
Yes. Jimothy, if you prefer.
Jim.
Jimmy Squimmy.
No.
No squim for the gym?
Perhaps. What I think is what we could do, in all honesty, quite simply here on the mountain, is what if we left a pile of birdseed, and when the Soviets show up, we just kill them. because they'll say, "Who left this bird seed? This is a waste of party resources."
I mean, you could just see if any birds show up and then use a flamethrower on them, so you have perfectly cooked bird.
I don't think a flamethrower perfectly cooks
Perfectly
anything.
cooked bird.
Well, sorry, it cooks things perfectly, but very briefly, right? So there's like a 2-second window where a flamethrower is good, but it's like, oh, and here we go, and it's gone. Like that's it. That's the end of that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a
it's
very brief
perfectly-
window.
You just gotta get it. You gotta get it in those 5 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, it's like
Yeah,
one of
that's how
those
that one
time.
works.
Yeah, it's like a time game, like a button mashing game, you know, where you just
Yeah.
gotta hit it at a certain time, and then you get your
Yep.
I don't think I'm going the way I'm supposed to.
You mean you're just
Hey.
meandering around the whole mountain, killing people at random for no reason?
I mean, what's the words of that song? You can go your own way.
Yeah.
You
Well,
can go
yeah.
your own way.
No, okay,
That's-
no, I am.
Don't worry.
Turned out the way you were going was in fact the right way.
Yeah. It has
Yeah.
to be.
Meanwhile, the river has filled up with 5.56 casings.
Very nice. Very nice. There's still that dead guy down there. Oh god, you're gonna have to dodge so many corpses.
Yeah, that's the idea.
It's all for the corpse dodging. Gotta make it difficult.
Well, I remember the first time I played this game. I didn't know that was a part of it, and I got to that part, and it was like Galaga.
I think because we're running up on our time, this is a good place to save it.
Do you want to save?
Yes, I want to save. Just wait for the sorrow.
Oh no.
That's what they call me. It's the Soviets call me the sorrow on account of I have made so many orphans.
The
God.
Russians call me reform because no one lays them under like me.
Fucking hell.
The Politburo has called me the solution, and I am here to work.
Oh no.
When the heroine is going for a swim and the creature sneaks up on her from underwater.
I
The
am
heroine?
the 5-year plan. I'm somehow behind and ahead of you at all times.
Oh no.
I have so many stupid Soviet jokes.
God.
All right, so
All right. We will be back next Monday with Madness Monday, and it could be anything. We've discussed a
could
couple
be.
of options. So,
we've been laying some ideas out. Not all of them are good.
and we've got an intro for Madness Mondays now as well. So,
Indeed.
look forward to bringing that out, dusting it off. I'm rather proud of it myself. So, that's that.
Fucking nice.
Nice, very nice. See, that's
Nice.
I could never do an infiltration mission like this because I'd put on the Rykov uniform, and then Borat voice my way through it.
My wife.
So on that topic, we'll get out of here.
All right, sounds good, man. And this has been fun. Thanks you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We've got Cooking on the Rim coming up next here in about 5 minutes. Take it easy.
That sounds like a winner. Is everyone happy after some technical difficulties?
Speaking of technical difficulties, the controller's not working again.